All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is just about varsity time. I guess I might have lied to you a little. I apologize. We're only 8.5 minutes away from game time. Thought that we were going to take a little more time, but the staff here at BPC was a whole lot faster than we had anticipated. So we got back on, and we're about. I turned you off.
Oh,
there you go.
We had a little bit of a bleach smell in the gym, though.
Yeah, it was for a few minutes. It was a quite strong bleach smell, actually. And I have to tell you, I did go to the restroom. And when I did, it sounded like a lot of people were watching. The varsity parents that were coming in said they watched the JV game, said it sounded and looked good. So I'm hoping the JV people will watch the varsity game as well. What is cool is at one time in that last video, we had 147 people watching it at the same time. I don't know how many people total. I didn't have a chance to look at analytics, but we had 147 people watching all at once. That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was impressed with that.
Of course, there's only 40 people here, and there'd be a whole lot more than that watching if they were here, you know. But you don't know how many eyes are on those 147 accounts that are watching it. There could be 600 or 700 eyes watching it.
That is true.
So we're about 7 minutes from game time. The Spartan Fresh Soft team picked up a win over A-Town. And now we've got the varsity team playing the A-Town Tornadoes as well. So this is, these two teams come out here and they come on the floor and it's a completely different feel. They're bigger. They look like varsity teams in compared to the two teams that are out there for Fresh Soft,
yes,
don't they?
You're absolutely right.
They have a little different feel to it than they had in the first game. But I'll tell you what, young Miss Suter played an outstanding game for the Spartans in that first contest.
Yes, she did. She was all over the court.
And what was cool about that is that she was all over the court offensively and defensively, which was maybe more eye-popping to me was the fact that she really played well on a defensive side of the basketball.
Yeah, and like I said, I was impressed with Bushnell switching up defenses as they were this early in the year.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I apologize, I didn't pay enough attention to probably, but you were pointed out they played a little 1-2-2, I think you said. And
yeah, early in the game, I should say.
And they played
some man,
so and some 2-3 maybe even a little bit. I'm not for certain there, but it was fun to watch. That is for sure.
Now this is going to get interesting here. I guess I'll just put them all in the book, huh?
Just go from your other sheet and add the new ones to the bottom or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. We're just going to start at the top.
Start at the top and go, huh? Find the numbers as they come along.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and start the contest here. I'm going to try the scoreboard again. What the heck, right?
You never know.
You never know. So we'll try it and we'll see what happens. I wonder right there wasn't my problem the whole time. If that was my problem the whole time, I'm not going to be a happy camper. And I'm suddenly pretty sure that was my problem the whole time. Works better if you push the start button. I started the game, but I didn't start the program, I think. We'll find out here. Let's see if that's the case. If that's the case, I apologize to everybody that was watching at home.
Yeah, but you've got it figured out now that you know that you have to do that.
Well, I knew I had to do that, but I just, for some reason, looked up and saw the start button and thought, I bet that's what I did. We'll see how it goes here. Miles is sitting right beside me. Let's see if it changes. It does. Look at that.
We're up and going.
We're up and going. And it goes back. So we've got the scoreboard for the varsity contest. I'm sorry, JV folks that are still listening. I am so sorry. But I know what I did, so we'll have it for next time. Looks like the color has gotten worse on the main camera, or the zoom camera, than it was before. Not sure what the deal is there. No, it's not your fault. Hannah says, I didn't touch anything. And I'm sure she didn't, but we're going to try to take some of the yellow out if we can. That didn't do it. That didn't do it either. Oh, well, that might be a little closer. Not even close to closer. So, I'm not sure what happened to the color. I apologize for that, folks. But anyway, we're about, 2.5 minutes away from game time. You're listening to Spartans Sports on TSSR. Game Time Live, brought to you by Hewlett Public Pro, LLC, Hewlett Publications and Promotions. A lot of new things coming for Hewlett Public Pro this year, and TSSR Game Time Live is just one of them. So we want to thank everybody who's come on board to help us out. Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the Bank of Friendly Service or call 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal opportunity lender and a member FDIC. And Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell, for over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. And it has a trust department as well. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-through facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. So, both teams are off the floor. We're going to take a quiet break. You'll hear the sound go down. There's some disagreement on whether a song in the background can be played or can't be played. I wouldn't be playing it, so technically I wouldn't be in charge of it. But here comes the starters for the... Oh, I guess they're not going to do what they thought. Zerillo. They're just going to go back and forth and forget about the audio. I was going to turn the audio down so they could have their run in. But as long as the audio didn't go over, I don't know why they decided against that. But at any rate, so we're going through the starting lineup. Jake Croxton, if I'd known that's what they were going to do, I'd have stopped talking and I would have let you hear Jake do the starting lineups. But a little lack of communication, I apologize. Ashanti Strange, the last starter. So we're pretty sure we have the stats going right now and everything else going right. We'll see if I'm correct on all that or not. What you want to bet whether I am or I'm not?
I bet you're going to be pretty close.
And as again, no jump balls. If you didn't watch the start of the fresh soft game, there's not a jump ball anymore. So it's just visiting 1-2-2 here for BPC to start the contest. It's going to be Dickerson with it. She's going to go right side. I can't see the number there. 35, is that who that was?
35, I think it's Jones.
It is Jones. And then we're going to call a foul on BPC. Zerillo, I think, is going to pick up the foul. Nope, number...
I got Jones as 31. I don't even have a 35.
Number 11, Dickerson. Dickerson picks up the foul, number 11. So the first foul on the Commandos, or on the Tornadoes. I know, Hannah. There's a shot off, no good. As Hannah was there to correct me. Putback's off, no good. Another rebound down low. That shot's off, no good. And again, another rebound by Zerillo. That's 2 rebounds in a row. And then the ball's kicked. What are we going to call it? Just a kick ball, wasn't it? It was kicked by BPC. So possession to A-Town. 0-0 the score, 7:25 to go. So the only thing we don't have is going to be the time. If I had the right software, I might be able to make that work. There's a nice inlet pass down to the post to number 5.
Number 0, Peeper.
Keep Peeper with the basket. Comes Donaldson, I do believe, with the basketball. It is Abby Donaldson. Down low, it looks. Oh, there's a drive to the hoop. Sickles, Giovanni Sickles with the miss, and it's going to be A-Town basketball headed back the other direction. Dickerson with it. She's going to go into the post and stripped away by Zerillo momentarily and then saved back to Dickerson down to Peeper. And a foul underneath. She's going to be shooting 2. Let's see who the foul's on. It's going to be on BPC.
21, I think. Nope.
Spartan personal foul, charge number 25,
Abby Donaldson's going to pick up the foul. Team's first. Free throw line shooting 2. As we said, it's 0. Brooke Peeper. She missed the first one. Checking in for BPC is number 23, Macy Kramer. Coach Akers told me before the game he's going to do a lot of substituting, so we'll see if he adheres to that or not. Second free throw is good. That puts the Tornadoes on the board. I should say they lead 3-0. I forgot they were the ones that scored the first basket, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Donaldson with it now. She's going to drive. She gets all the way to the hoop, and she's blocked by Peeper. And it's picked up by Dickerson, going back the other direction. Dickerson to the right side. It is to number 12, Mackenzie James. Back to James, now down the corner to Peeper. Peeper skip pass all the way across to Dickerson, and Dickerson was out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Zerillo. I think Zerillo did foul her, but it almost looked like she might have
stepped out of bounds before the
first.
foul.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It was very close. You can't really say anything negative about it. It was just a very close bang-bang play, as you might say. Dickerson with it. That's going to be Ginther up top. Now Peeper down low. And Dickerson was supposed to be cutting, or she was looking for Jones.
I don't know, but Dickerson was wide open.
She was.
She'd have got her the ball.
So the ball goes back to BPC. They trail 3-0 with 5:52. The clock's not running. Clock is not running. Shots off, no good. Travel.
They got 1 second off.
Yeah, that was a long. So a turnover on a missed shot, and then the turnover back to BPC. Down it goes in the corner, knocked away by Peeper. A pass intended for Kramer. It's going to go back the other way. Pull up jumper off the front of the rim. That was Ginther. And then Ginther, I think, is going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Foul number 35, Emma Ginther, that's her first.
Team's second foul. Boy, it's nice when that scoreboard's working.
Tick, tick, tick.
I told you that it worked the other day. I told you. I make myself look dumb, and then I should have just kept myself quiet and said, I don't know, it just started working.
I thought you meant the scoreboard here.
No,
it's working now.
Yeah, that one is too.
Yeah.
That one's worked most of the night when they remember to flip the switch. Zerillo's shots off, no good. Rebounded down there by Kramer. Now it's going to come up top to Donaldson. Donaldson on the dribble. She signed just recently to play some college basketball. Kramer's shots blocked out of bounds by Peeper. And Peeper is a half a head at least taller than everybody on the floor.
I watched her play Saturday versus Macomb, and I will tell you, I don't know how many block shots she had today that afternoon, but she plays very well.
Donaldson for 3. It's good. A 3-pointer for Abby Donaldson, and that knots the score at 3 apiece. And a timeout. 30-second timeout. It's great when you see coaches get all worked up, and Abington Avon's coach is going to take a timeout here. And Kelly, you've been there, I'm sure, just not happy with the way things go. That inbounds pass went out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't even think it touched anybody. And, you know, those types of things, they happen. And, you know, sometimes you forget that the kids are human too. And, you know, I'm just kind of glad I'm sitting up here watching and not down there coaching anymore. But, you know, like Coach Akers was up here asking me just a little bit ago talking, and do you miss it? Yeah. You know, I was always a coach that I really didn't care about the games. I love practice. You know, when I coach football, I love going to practice every day. I love the teaching aspect of it. I love the scheming of it, the X's and the O's, and you know, and that's what I miss.
So the timeout does go to the Tornado, go off the board for the Tornadoes, but it turns into the 90-second timeout. That's why we took the under 5 timeout right at 5 minutes that time. Nice drive that time to the hoop.
Nice job.
That's going to be Chloe Cooper on the basket for BPC. That's going to give them a 5-3 lead for the Spartans now. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Oh, nice up and under move by Ashley Jones. That's one of those moves that looks really good when it works, right?
Yeah.
Donaldson with it as she passed it temporarily to Shanti Strange. Then back out it comes. Now it's going to come over near side. On the drive again, another nice look for Cooper, but shots off no good. Jump ball. Possession is going to be to PPC. That was Zerillo down there tying that up on the missed shot.
Yeah, it was a nice move to the basket.
Macy Kramer's coming back in.
Coach Akers is rolling them in and out pretty quick.
He told me he was going to do a lot of substituting. Strange with it. She's going to go back down the corner to Zerillo. Zerillo on the dribble is going to pick it up. Not a good spot to pick up your dribble. It's going to go to Kramer, I believe. That is Kramer. She's going to be traveled. I don't know about that one necessarily, but
I thought she was going to get called with, you know, she was going to be going to the line.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get the foul call, but checking in for BPC, number 24, Sheridan McAvoy. Active hands in the 1-2-2 again for BPC. Down low, it looks to Jones, and Jones' shot's up and in. And it's 7-5. I missed a basket there. I apologize. 7-5. Forgot what I was doing. And a pass knocked away by number 35, Emma Ginther. Out of bounds. It stayed possession to BPC. Inbounding is Sheridan McAvoy for the Spartans. She gets it into Kramer. Kramer goes right side to McAvoy, and then McAvoy has a pass stolen away. Now the other way it's going to go. Left-handed layup is in and out, off no good. That was Emmerich.
Yes.
And she had a wide open look. That's the most open look she had in the whole first game. And missed that easy left-handed layup. Zerillo is going to pull up for 3, top of the key. Banks it off, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Mackenzie James, and it's going to go back the other way for A-Town. 7-5 is the score. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So it's still Emmerich with it now to Pieper, and she traveled, didn't she?
You know, that's a
new basketball, not travel, I think, isn't it? Kramer across to... It's going to be Kramer, excuse me. Cooper to Kramer. And Kramer is going to be shooting 2 free throws.
Foul will be on Sydney Emmerich, her first.
So another foul for the Tornadoes. Free throws off, no good for Kramer. Strange checking back in, and Dickerson checking back in for A-Town. Kramer's second free throw is good. And we got a sub coming in. Abby Donaldson's going to replace Kramer after the made free throw. That's going to cut the lead to 7-6, a 1-point advantage for A-Town with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Knocked out of bounds by Zerillo. Good defense, but couldn't keep it in bounds. It's going to be A-Town basketball on the sideline.
Good job by James. She wanted to reach out and grab that, and she did let it go.
That's one of the hardest things to do, isn't it? When you think you can get to something better serve just to let it go. Dickerson with it. Go right side to Emmerich. Now back it comes. We're going to call an offensive foul.
Yes, moving screen.
Dickerson.
Offensive foul number 11, Bailey Dickerson. That's her second, team 4.
4 fouls on A-Town here in the first quarter. Donaldson with it now. Donaldson's going to come up top to Zerillo. Zerillo back to Donaldson on the cut. She loses it, gathers it back up, gets it across to Cooper. I think that is over there.
Yes.
And it's going to be picked up off the floor by Zerillo. Her shot's short, but there for the putback is Ashanti Strange. And the Spartans retake the lead 8-7 with 2:03 to go. Pieper is going to come with the basketball as they go around the horn, so to speak. It's going to go back to Ginther. Ginther for 3. That was a 3, wasn't it?
Yes.
I didn't see a single official raise an arm.
But she was on she was on this side of the three-point line.
Mackenzie James is going to pick up the foul. Her first, team's 5th. Kylie Norris checking in. A little bit of a jump in the video for some reason. Donaldson with the miss. Now Norris gets it back to Donaldson. Donaldson on the drive. Looks down low. Shots off, no good. That was Sickles with Giovanni Sickles with the shot. Foul's going to be called on A-Town's number 12, I believe. That'll be Mackenzie James.
Be her second.
Team 6th. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Free throws off, no good for Sickles.
Mackenzie James with a foul for second, team 6.
Well, maybe I was wrong. Free throw's good.
23, Maisie Kramer is in.
I have 6.
9-7. For some reason the fouls aren't showing up. Score is, it's 9-7 is correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they have too, so we'll just keep going with it. Shots off, no good. Emmerich, I think, got the offensive rebound, and then a foul on BPC, number 23. That's Macy Kramer. A little jump in the video here. I'm not sure what's causing that. I apologize for that at home. We'll work on that for next time. Emmerich gets the first basket to fall.
Into the Spartan lineup, 21, Jeremy Sickles.
Sickles checking back in. 9-8's the score. Second free throw is good as well. So we're tied at 9 with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Cooper with the basketball, has it knocked away, gets it back to Sickles. Sickles now goes to Donaldson. 45 seconds, looks down to Sickles, and she loses it, but it's going to be picked up by Cooper. Pieper tried to knock it away, couldn't do it. Donaldson with a long 3 off the front of the rim, no good, and then the rebound is going to go out of bounds.
That was NBA 3.
That was an NBA 3. That was a long one for sure.
I thought she was going to hit it also. It looked good.
See what Hannah has to do here. Got Zerillo checking back in for BPC. I believe that's number 35. Ginther with the ball to Emmerich, down low to Pieper, and Pieper hasn't touched the ball. She's been quiet. She was busy early. Now Strange on a nice outlet pass from Donaldson gets the basket to fall. Abby Donaldson, a nice look down the floor, 11-9. BPC with the lead. We're under 10 seconds, make it 5 seconds. Emmerich shots short. Was in the hands of Pieper for a split second, and now they're just going to hold it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. Spartans lead 11-9. This resets fouls at the end of every quarter. That's a problem. What are we at, 6 and 2?
Yes, 6-3. 6 and 3.
Huh. What just went off? There it came back.
You know, the nice thing is that the officials really don't have to hear any grief from the fans.
No. Oh, that's the reason why. Max fouls. Works better if you set everything up right. It's been one of those nights, hasn't it, Kelly?
Hey, we're just like the teams. Working out all those first night jitters.
Well, let's see what we got here now. Hey, look at that.
Got her up and going?
Got it up and going. Starting the second quarter, it's going to be A-Town basketball again. Zerillo on the screen now. Been playing a pretty good game defensively for BPC. It's going to be Jones, excuse me. Her shot's off, no good. Ginther steps on the baseline, out of bounds. Possession to BPC. 11-9, Spartans with the lead. 7:40 to go here in the first half. Can I steal this from you?
Yes, it's yours.
Make my life a little easier. I apologize, folks. So, it's going to be Zerillo. Oh, she looked down to Sickles cutting. It was not a kind of an ill-advised pass. A good thought, but wasn't really theirs. Marr is into the game for A-Town. It's going to be Jones with it now. Over across side to Emmerich. Back to Ginther. Looks into Marr. Can't get it there, so she's going to come near side. Jones with it again. Jones picks it up, goes right side to Ginther. Down low it goes to Emmerich. Emmerich now out top to Ginther. Ginther right side to Emmerich in the corner. Now to Pieper, and she's going to let it go through her hands. It's going to be picked up by Ginther, though, to Marr. Now back to Ginther. She's going to try a three from the left wing. It's off, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Cooper. She'll go back the other way for BPC. Strange gets to the basket. Oh, a nice block. Good trailing defense by A-Town. That was Jones. Kelly, I thought Ashanti Strange had an easy basket.
Yes, I did too. Good hustle by Jones. And she also got a rebound and went back up, and somebody came in and knocked it away.
Good defense that time for A-Town, but it is BPC basketball on the jump ball. Oh. Inbounded to Strange. Her shot's up and in. 13-9. BPC with the lead. And the Spartans are in the bonus. And Ginther's going to drive, and I think Donaldson's going to pick up the foul, I do believe. Kind of put that left arm on there. Nope. Norris. Kylie Norris. Donaldson was just tired and walking to the sideline. I thought she was. Cooper checks back in as Donaldson wants a break. I just can't imagine running up and down the floor with the mask on like this.
I can't either. I have a hard enough time sitting here with the mask on.
The kid says that's going to be Jones for three, off no good. Rebound to BPC. Outletted to Zerillo, and she'll take it down the floor. And these varsity players' masks are falling a lot sooner than the fresh soft did. You notice that? Zerillo takes it to the hole.
Nice
What a
move.
Nice drive and finish by Alyssa Zerillo. And Marr's going to have it tipped away. It's going to go, that's over and back. Now, if she'd have let that ball go and went over and got it, it wouldn't have been over and back. But since she got it in possession before and then stepped over, it was over and back, right?
I didn't know if he would call it or not because it was tipped when she grabbed it, but both feet were on this side and she stepped the other one over.
Yeah, tough break. I mean, it's just there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Momentum's carrying you, but that's one of those times where it's hard to you maybe let it go one more bounce and get it on the other side of half court.
Another block.
Going to be right side. That's Ginther. Ginther with the basket. That's a long streak of not much going on right for A-Town as it's 15-11 now is the score.
We've got coming in Sickles.
It's going to be the Giovanni Sickles. And number 12 checking in for A-Town is Mackenzie James. There's another drive coming for Cooper, and her shot's up and in. Chloe Cooper gets the baskets. It's back to a 6-point lead for BPC, 17-11 over A-Town. There goes Jones driving. She's going to dump it back out. It's going to go down low to Marr. Back to Jones left wing. Marr with it. Pieper's down there, and she really was open, I thought, Kelly.
Yeah, she's a force inside, and BPC's doing a great job.
Good backside help defense right there.
Covering her up.
That was Cooper, right? Number 22
yes.
on the backside help. No, that was Sickles, actually. Cooper was the one that just drove down the floor and missed the shot. Back to Sickles it goes. There's 22, 21, 23. They just all about the same height, it seems like. A jump ball is going to be possession to A-Town. And the numbers are just not very big. And if the hair's covering it or they're turned sideways, it's hard to see.
And the ponytail hanging down over the back.
Yeah. Just what I need is I can't see it as we're under 5 minutes. Media timeouts. Oh, I know why it was. They played 7-minute quarters in JV, so they played 3 minutes and went to under 4 minutes. Now it's 8-minute quarters, so they're going under 5 minutes.
You know, is that a conference rule that they play 7-minute quarters in JV?
In JV, yes, I do. It's been that way forever, I think.
Because, some conferences have that rule and some conferences don't. And, if you're an independent or you go somewhere and you're on the road, that's always an argument. Well, we don't play 7 minutes, we play 8 minutes. So okay, when if you, let's say Illini West was 7-minute quarters because of their conference, you're 8 minutes because of your conference. Did you play 7 at Illini West and 8 at Macomb? Yeah.
Is that what you guys did?
Yeah, usually we did that.
So we're just about ready to get underway here. 4:31 to go in the second quarter. Spartans lead 17-11 here at BPC High School. TSSR Game Time Live. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We hope that you're enjoying the show.
And we got a packed house, as packed as we can get it, don't we?
Yeah, it's as full as it's going to get this year anyway. That is for sure. Down low it goes. Foul's going to be called on BPC, I do believe.
I think it's going to be on Kramer, wasn't it?
It is Kramer. Only the team's fifth foul. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Going to stay, I think.
Yeah, Zerillo was the last one to touch it.
Jump ball, possession BPC. I'm still having some problems with this scoreboard here. Not real sure what the deal is.
Oh, Zerillo got blocked.
Go up the right side. Oh, that looked like a twisted ankle maybe, or just a slip? Just a slip, I guess.
A slip.
Jones is going to drive. Immigrant White, after falling, went right back to the post. Pieper is going to put up a three.
Oh, and she hits it.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. 17-14 is the score. Full timeout for BPC. Charged to the Spartans.
She nailed that three, and most coaches would say, well, let the post player shoot that three.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only three we've had. Is that the only three we've had made all night?
Yes, in both ball games.
Yeah, so the big girl had to step out, and I'll tell you what, if a girl that's dominant size-wise like she is can come out and hit the three, that makes double teaming in the post a whole lot more difficult, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And, she's a player. I saw her play on Saturday, and, the big thing is on the defensive end, as many block shots as she has. She's got a really good knack for blocking shots.
Well, it's been a good game again. I mean, we're a couple more fouls than we had in the Fresh Softs game, I think, but we're shooting less free throws.
Yeah.
And moving along decently quickly. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
3:42 to go in the first half. It's 17-14. BPC with the lead and the basketball. Oh, Ashanti Strange gets knocked down. And in a foul on the inside. Let's see who they called. It's going to be on 12.
That's her third.
Is Mackenzie James.
Foul number 12, Mackenzie James, her third, team at 7. Aaron Mars back into the tornado lineup at the line for one-hand bonus was Zerillo.
So BPC's in the bonus. Zerillo shooting the one in bonus now. First one is good. 18-14. 4-point lead again.
I think that's the first time I've heard it clap.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of noise in here. Second one's good as well.
Kylie Norris is in for Wishful Prairie City.
Norris is going to come in like Kramer sits down. I was giving Coach Akers a hard time. Hannah, if you can show Coach Akers for me. Giving Coach Akers a hard time earlier today, asking him if he was going to have to sit down the entire contest because he had that mask on, wouldn't be able to run up and down the coach's box like he normally does. Then he told me he's getting old. You notice he's limping a little bit, hurt his ankle, slipped and hurt his ankle today. So it's heck to get old, isn't it, Kelly?
Yes, it is. I know the feeling.
So, we're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to be possession A-Town on a missed basket by BPC. 19-14 is the score. If you're just joining us, we've got 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Thanks for listening and watching on TSSR Game Time Live. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Mars got it. She's in that lane for a long time.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yeah. She still hasn't left it.
She hadn't left.
Yeah, she's still there.
In it.
Hannah, if you can watch number 4 next time down the floor, we'll see if that happens again. There's a rebound and a jump ball possession to BPC.
I was noticing one of the officials here right in front of us, Steve Keene. Look at his whistle. He has a little slit cut in his mask, and his whistle goes in.
Well, Hannah, maybe at some point, does the official closest to us, when he's facing us sometime, if you can get that turnover for BPC. So it's going to go back the other way for A-Town. It's going to be Dickerson with it on the right wing. Down low to Pieper. But we just have not said that. And she has it stolen away again. What a play down there. It's going to be – and we're going to get a timeout or no?
Yes.
We're going to get a timeout.
Yes.
Coach Akers called a timeout. Who's down there on the floor? Chloe Cooper comes up with the steal and fights for the ball, and then the timeout called by BPC. That'll leave them 3 for the second half. They lead 19-14. Helping to bring you tonight's contest here on TSSR Game Time Live. Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the Bank of Friendly Service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. So again, we're here still in the first half, 2:12 to go in the second quarter. BPC with the basketball and the lead. Zerillo back in the contest. She's been all over the floor, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been doing a very nice job.
And there goes Cooper right to the rack, and she's blocked from behind by Pieper. And she's going to get it out to Dickerson. Dickerson's going to give it out to Ginther. Now Dickerson's going to put up a 3, and it's good.
3 for Bailey Dickerson.
Oh,
Pass thrown away out of bounds.
you know, she thought Strange was going to come back for that, you know, stop, pivot back around, and she didn't.
You know, that's one of the things, you know, they say, like an offensive player, when the shooter's out there, you're supposed to watch the shooter until you know it's a shot. If you turn around to rebound and they throw it past your head, it's your fault, not the passer's fault. That's the same kind of thing. You know, you have to. You play together enough times. Is that the under 5 timeout? That's a timeout.
No.
Who was that charged to?
Abington.
Abington timeout.
You know, exactly what you're talking about is something that I've noticed through the years of coaching, that you used to get kids that played in the driveway and played in the schoolyard, and especially at your small schools, you grew up together playing, and you knew who was going to zig and who was going to zag and who was going to be where, and you just had that sense. And I think a lot of that has gone away because we don't have as many kids, and especially in this time, you know, playing together like they have been.
Yeah, and then you're not even supposed to be together playing basketball right now, right? So it's just, you know, these kids are facing so much. I mean, kids have changed so much, but they're facing so much in during this time that it's just, you know, we say get out and be with your friends and play basketball, but socially distance.
Yeah,
wear a mask. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just you feel bad for. It's like you want your cake and eat it too, kind of thing, almost.
Yeah, and you know, it's just like, you know, in Macomb, go to the Y and play, and well.
Oh, nice pass down low.
Oh.
Pieper is just an all-around player, isn't she?
Yes.
I hope it is Pieper, not Piper.
I think it is Pieper.
Jump ball possession to A-Town. Pieper's down on the floor fighting for the basketball. Checking in is Groman. Groman checking in. She was played quite a bit in that fresh soft game.
Yeah.
There's Ginther to Marr to Dickerson to Jones. Jones, oh, that was nearly a kick, wasn't it? Dickerson on the right wing gets down to Groman. Groman turn around. Oh, whoa. High off the glass. That was Scottie Pippen-esque right there. 19-19, the score. 3 on the way by Cooper is off, no good. Oh, good job tracking that down to Zerillo. Long rebound, and it's going to go to Kramer. Now to Strange. Strange back to Cooper. Cooper's going to drive, finds a little lane to the basket, and it won't fall, but a good offensive rebound underneath there by Sickles. Giovanni Sickles with the rebound. She'll be shooting 2. The foul is charged to number 35, Emma Ginther. Emma Ginther. It's her second, team foul number 8 for the Tornadoes. I've been doing that all night. First free throw's off, no good.
Pieper is back in for the Tornadoes.
First free throw is no good. We're knotted at 19 with 43.1 seconds to go here in the first half. Second one is good. Gives the Spartans a 20-19 lead.
24 Sheridan McAvoy is back in the Spartans.
McAvoy is checking back in for BPC. Ginther bringing it down court for the Tornadoes. Hey, got it right that time. Dickerson with it. Oh, looks down low to Jones, and Jones had Pieper wide open in the middle of the lane, and then
they finally got the 3.
They called the 3 seconds. I don't know if that wasn't nearly as long as Marr was in there.
No.
I guess take it what you can get, right?
I think Coach Akers is whispering in their ear over there a little bit.
No, not Coach Akers. He doesn't whisper in an official's ear. He might yell in a few ears. Oh, and they're going to call switch to the pivot foot before she dribbled.
Yep.
For Zerillo, a turnover for BPC with 17.1 seconds to go. 20-19, a 1-point game here at the end of the first half. We'll see if it stays that way. One shot probably here, Kelly.
I would think so.
And they're going to go to Ginther, now to Dickerson. She's got a 3, but she didn't take that one. Now Jones is going to drive, and she's going to get a good look down low to Marr, and it's taken away. And they're going to call a foul right at the end of the half.
On Pieper.
And that's going to put Cooper to the free throw line. Pieper's going to pick up a foul. Man, that's not the kind of foul you want. Now, this will be an all-by-yourself free throw, right? Nobody will be at the free throw line for Cooper shooting 2 free throws here. And if you want to zoom in on her, we'll let her get a good view of her shooting these free throws as we end the half with. But this has got to be one of the most nerve-wracking things. First one is good.
Just like practice.
It's just like practice. Practicing at home in the backyard.
Yep.
Second one is off, no good. So at the end of the first half of play, 21-19, the score. BPC leads A-Town. The Tornadoes here for the varsity contest. And Kelly, we talked about in the fresh soft game how much the scoring was balanced for BPC. They've got several kids in the scoring column here in the varsity contest as well.
You're absolutely right. It's just been a balance in both ball games. And, like we talked about earlier, in both ball games, in the JV game, they played a lot of kids. And in the varsity game, Coach Akers has really been rolling a lot of kids in and out. So, that's attributing here in the scoring column.
The fresh soft game was more like line changes, almost like hockey.
Yeah.
Coach Akers is kind of doing 1 or 2 people at a time, but they're all playing pretty much, but he's rotating them in and out in smaller groups. But fresh soft game was almost, and it worked. They won by 11 points or so. So it was a good contest for the JV team. The varsity team, 21-19. How much is that one game that Avon played on Saturday or whatever a bonus at the beginning of the season over the Spartans who are playing their first game tonight? Is there much difference there?
I think a lot. But the thing that you got to remember is that both of A-Town's games have been on the road. And you're looking, this gym here has always been hard to play in because of the way the baskets are. And what I mean by that is that, well, there's no fans there, but it's still a little bit different where the baskets are connected to the wall.
It's kind of like, I always thought, I covered a lot of Western games. And I played some basketball at Western Hall, obviously just to be playing, but not.
You mean you didn't play for Coach Kerwin back in the day?
No, I didn't play for anybody back in the day. I wouldn't have been able to smell the court at one of those. But I played, at Western, you kind of get that feel.
Yes.
Kind of like here. But I tell you what, I played in a media game at the Mark of the Quad Cities. And you can really, that place just seems so huge. When there's no backdrop to look at, it's amazing how your depth perception is so different.
Yes. And, and that's the little bit of the difference here. But, I really think that Bushnell's doing a great job. And, we were talking about Coach Akers rotating the people in, and the one person that I haven't seen sit down has been Asante Strange, and she's got 6 points. And I thought she's been playing very well.
Got a bunch of A-Town people watching, everybody from up in the Abington, Avon area. Thanks for watching. They're all commenting. Emma Ginther, we didn't know if we had her on the schedule or on the roster earlier. We missed her.
She was there.
In our defense, which I don't know if it's a good defense or not, but in our defense, and this is going to sound so petty, but as a radio guy or TV guy or whatever you want to call this, if you're listening at home and you're ever doing a lineup or a roster, I should say,
or keeping the scorebook.
Yeah. If you're doing a roster, always put them in numerical order. We don't care that their years are in order. We can figure out their year. We don't have to look at that on every time. Put their numbers in. Put them in numerical order. It's so much easier. And I know that's a little petty thing, but
because we're having to search for where it's at.
And obviously, I'm all over the place tonight anyway. So I apologize to everybody in A-Town for that. Whatever you want to snafus that come along with me not having those in order, and I apologize. I guess if I was a prepared person, like I probably should have been, I would have had that lineup or that roster earlier, and I would have put it in order, and I would have had your book ready for you, and I would have done all that. But this stuff all came together so fast. You know, I talked to you. When did I talk to you last fall or this winter or whatever? And I said, hey, Kelly, if I do this, you want to do some basketball with me or whatever? And then it was like football season. I said basketball, and you're like, yeah, we could do that. And then basketball never happened.
We might even been at a racetrack or somewhere last fall.
No, I cannot believe that you and I'd be at a racetrack somewhere, would we?
But you did talk. It's been quite a while, and then a few weeks ago you contacted me when everything was going to be going down, and then just last week you texted me again and said, hey, we're on, let's go.
Yep, and I know Chris Frankhauser's been listening. Chris is going to do some games as well. He's going to do some play-by-play and let you do color, and I might actually be able to focus on getting everything else working on a few of those games.
We've worked together back in the day also.
Yep.
I forgot about Chris.
Yep, so Chris is going to help with some games. And for everybody listening at home, the plan is to do volleyball, high school volleyball, obviously football, and then we're also going to do junior high girls basketball, which starts at the same time there. I'm going to try to do some track meets. What do you think?
You know, track meets would be kind of interesting. I coached track way back when, and the problem that I always had with track, I ran track in high school, and the track meets take so long, you know. You know, if you're there on a Saturday, you might as well get there, and it starts at 10, and you don't get home till the sun's coming up the next morning, it seems like.
You know what's funny about that is this tells you the kind of kid I was in junior high, right? I was not fast. I wasn't big. I always laughed that I was the size of a running back and the speed of a lineman. So I played basketball, but then track season comes around, and Coach Steele, you ought to play basketball. You ought to run track. You ought to do something in track. And I was like, what? I won't be good for anything. I mean, so my 6th grade year, I was like, I ought to be on the track team because you get out of school early. Yeah. And there's a lot of benefits to being on the track team. Yep. But I was like, I'll be the manager. So I was track manager all 3 years. And by the time I was an 8th grader, I was cleaning cinders out of people's legs. And I was the medical trainer. I was the trainer, not the manager by the time I got done. But
now you're saying something that a lot of people don't know about. Remember cinder suds? Cinder suds?
Spray them in the can, and you take that thing and rub them, take a pad and rub them out, and there's cinders, and it just scratch. It's like the worst road rash on the face of the planet. That whole time I'm thinking, thank God I'm doing this to you and not somebody doing it to me.
I was a hurdler, so I knew all about cinder suds.
Yeah, cinder suds were a great thing. The stuff, I don't think we even used rubber gloves back then. I mean,
no.
It was, you look at how things have changed in recent years. Now we're wearing masks and washing our hands 25 times a day. And
I look back through the years, and the coaches today don't know how lucky they got it because, every school has a trainer on staff from some hospital, or they stop by 2 or 3 days a week. I remember I was the trainer. I was the head football coach. I was, you learn, you grow up real quick. Let me tell you.
You had 65 titles instead of 2 or 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's times have changed a lot. I think that's the biggest thing is, man, when I was in school, you didn't even. I don't think you even knew what a trainer was.
No.
It's just like you went to the doctor if you were hurt, and you didn't go to like Dr. White or the orthopedic. You went to Dr. Arnold. I remember playing football when I was a kid, flag football, and I tried to reach over Eric Hickenbottom, of all people, it was when I first moved here, and bit my lip, almost all the way through my lip. And I just went to Dr. Arnold's office on a Saturday morning, called him up, and he went in and stitched up my lip.
Yep.
But you don't do that stuff anymore, do you?
No, and it's, as we said, times have changed. Times have changed.
Yes, they have.
Some for the good, some for the bad, but we just got to live with it.
The mask stylings are kind of cool here too. You got one with the neck gaiter on of the officials, and the other two officials have the real mask with the slits in them.
You know, and that's something that I haven't noticed a lot of, but teams that would have team masks. It looks like some of Avon's kids have team masks.
Timothy Goodman, I don't know you, but I am so sorry. He goes, go A-Town, and then he said, let's go tomatoes. He says, damn autocorrect. Tornadoes, LOL. So, Timothy, thanks for watching. Oh, Dave Norton must be listening to us. He says, good old spray nitro tan.
Yeah. An atomic bomb.
Atomic bomb, that's right. Oh, my goodness. We're showing our age now, folks. I apologize for anybody that had to listen to that. It's A-Town basketball as we're ready to start the second half of play here. As we are back on Miles's camera. He's watching everything so close and up close here. Donna Giles is in Belfair, Washington, watching the game, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
If you're watching a game from a long ways away, give us a shout out. Brad Bates wants us to give Macy Kramer a shout out from her family in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Love you, Macy. So that's cool.
Feel like flow racing now, don't we?
We kind of do, don't we? Peeper with it down low. I don't know for sure what's going on down there, but I felt like a rugby scrub for a few seconds, didn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be A-Town basketball. As the Spartans turned it over last time down the floor. It's going to be Dickerson down low to Jones, and she's in the lane, gets it knocked away, gathers it back up, shots off no good, and it's going to be Sickles with the rebound. Giovanni Sickles with the rebound for BPC. Donaldson's going to take it back up. You know, Donaldson sat a lot of that second quarter.
Yes, she did.
Sickles' shot is, oh man, it bounced in and out. Now Zarillo picks the ball up off the floor for the rebound and misses his putback, and Pieper gets the rebound for A-Town finally. Guess I ought to get this scoring back up. And
like Pieper had a little bit of a shuffle there before she had to move.
What's it doing here? It's killing me. Oh, I know what it's doing. Got to change one more thing, Kelly. On the floor is Asante Strange and Ginther. Works better if you put it into quarters and not halves.
College.
We'll submit that and see what happens here. Well,
Spartan personal foul number 22, Chloe Cooper.
Cooper's going to pick up the foul.
Her first.
Hey, there's the third quarter. Sorry about that, folks. Still 21-19. We're only a minute and a half in before I got everything figured out. Slowly but surely here.
It's all coming together.
Oh, Pieper down low. Nice inlet pass from Jones. And then she has it knocked away by Cooper, but gathered it right back up and put it up and in. Pieper, that's the first basket since the first quarter, isn't it?
Yes, her first score.
So we're tied at 21. 21-21's the score. Shots off, no good. Picked up off the floor by Cooper. Now she can't. Oh, no, there's a nice pass to Zarillo. Count it, and a foul. Alyssa Zarillo is going to shoot the old-fashioned three-point play, and I think Dickerson might pick up the foul. We'll wait and see here.
The bucket and the Band-Aid.
It is 1-1. The foul. Bailey Dickerson.
A-Town foul number 11, Bailey Dickerson. That's her third, team first.
So the Spartans pick up a basket, and Zarillo at the free throw line to complete the three-point play. Flat and off, no good. Pieper with the rebound. But the Spartans did take the lead back, 23-21. And Zarillo right back down the floor.
Oh, nice job. I actually think Dickerson was standing out of bounds.
She might have been. Zarillo was way out of bounds.
Yeah.
So Dickerson very well could have been out of. Zarillo was literally to 3 feet past, because that's where that line is, I think, right?
Uh-huh.
Is 3 feet past the sideline, and she was all the way past that when she was reaching over and touching the ball. That's going to be Ginther, left-hand corner for 3 off, no good. How on earth does Strange out-jump Pieper for that, knock it out of bounds?
I don't know. She's kind of that unsung hero. She just plays hard. Really like the way that Santi Strange plays.
That's going to be Ginther with it to Dickerson. Dickerson down low to Jones, and she's going to pick up the foul on Kramer. Macy Kramer picks up the foul. Jones will be shooting 2 free throws. And, man, they didn't shoot very many free throws that first half, did they?
No, they didn't. They only shot 4 3. They were 3 for 4.
First foul of the second half. Oh, it's 2. I forgot to do the other 2 A-Town fouls. I apologize. First one was good. Makes it 23-22.
It's like Chloe Cooper checking in for the Spartans.
Second free throw is rattles around, no good. Zerillo is just all over the place, isn't she? I don't remember Kelly being that ferocious on the floor. She was in my class, and Zerillo is going to pull up for the 2. No offense, Kelly. She must get that from Paul, right? She looks like her mom, but I think she plays more like her dad. Oh, nice look down low. What a pass from Pieper to Jones. Boy, as a former coach, you had to like that, don't you?
Yeah, that was a nice pass.
25-24 Spartans with the lead, and then a foul. Dickerson, I think, is going to pick it up, and she's less than happy about it. She shook her arms and a little.
That'll be her 4th.
Nope, they're going to call it on number 12. Mackenzie James is going to pick it up.
Her 4th.
Oh, they're saying team second now. Foul's shot is good for Strange.
Cindy Emmerich is back in for a foul.
26-24.
Oh,
Second one's off, just off the front of the rim, no good. Jones is going to get it out to Ginther, and Ginther will take it down the far side. Ginther on the dribble. Into Pieper. Pieper's got to put that up. And she does. It gets it to fall. 26-26. All knotted up with 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Now it's going to be Cooper on the drive. Looks down to Zerillo. Zerillo's shot is off. No good, but she's going to be fouled.
nice fadeaway.
See who the foul is on. Pieper picks up the foul. It's her second. And the under 5 media timeout. So we'll tell you that this game brought to you by Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell-Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell, for over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. So we take a look and see if anybody else is talking to us here. Warsaw, Missouri. Sonia Strange watching from there. Maisie. Kay Crow is telling me it's Maisie, not Maisie, so Maisie. There you go. And Stacy was coming to tell me. Jevany? Jevany, not Giovanni. So Jevany Sickles. Stacy Kramer coming over to tell me that I had Maisie. Maisie. I'm going to butcher that now for the next 2 weeks.
Every time you want to think it, you're going to say the opposite.
I apologize in advance for every time I get that wrong, folks. But Maisie Kramer checking in. I'll try to do it right as often as I can. Feel free to correct me when I'm not, folks. I will definitely not be offended. Hannah, if you want to zoom in on Zerillo there, we'll take a look at Hannah's camera as the first free throw is off, no good. Second free throw coming here. It's off, no good. She crossed the line. She knew it was short. She tried to get there.
She's got her mask down, and she's all smiles about it. She's like, yeah, I did it.
She's like, I knew it was short. I was going to try and get there. Can't blame a kid for trying, can you? All knotted up at 26 apiece, 4:35 to go, and that's a travel, wasn't it?
Yeah, or foul.
Yeah, one or the other, or both. Or neither, if you don't call it, I suppose. Oh, there's a nice defensive play. Emmerich gets it to Pieper. Pieper got mugged right there, didn't she?
Yeah, I thought she should have tried to put one up.
I think it was Zerillo ran into her. So we'll let Zerillo bring the ball down. Gives it to Kramer. Now to Strange. Her shot's off the back of the rim. No good. Falls on the floor. Follows it back up. The running one-hander is good for Ashanti Strange. And that gives the Spartans a 2-point lead again, 28-26. Boy, this has overtime written all over it, doesn't
That's her 9th point of the ball game.
She's in a quiet night, too.
Yes.
1-2-2 zone again for BPC. They've been playing some man, haven't they?
Yes.
Pieper. Oh, she's got nice defense. Jevany. Did I say that right? Jevany Sickles on the steal. Oh, nice cross-court pass from Zerillo to Strange, and the Spartans open up a 4-point lead. 30-26, 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Pieper, you'd have to think, there's a 3 on the way by Dickerson. Pieper with the rebound and the putback. It's almost like Pieper doesn't look to shoot.
No.
At least not as much as you might expect or want her to. She's a good ball player. Donaldson with it now. Oh, nice look to Sickles. Sickles is going to put one drive, and
It's going to be on Emmerich.
Jevany Sickles, and Emmerich's going to pick up the foul.
24, Sydney Emmerich. That's her second, team 4. At the line, Jevany Sickles.
Team 4, Jevany Sickles at the free throw line.
Mackenzie James is in for A-Town.
Made the first one. 31-28 is the score. Second one's off, no good. Rebound to Pieper. Now to Ginther. She'll bring it up the floor for the Tornadoes. Pieper puts up the shot. It's off, no good. It's going to be picked up off the floor by Zerillo, and she's going to be on the dribble. Give it to, is that Donaldson? It is Donaldson. She's going to come left side. She's going to go right side to, can't see who that was over there. Kramer? It was Kramer.
Yes.
Shots off, no good. Rebounded to Pieper, then to Ginther. She'll go down to far side. Long 3 by Ginther is going to go off, no good. Tracked down by Donaldson. She's going to outlet it to Zerillo, who was standing on the sideline.
Yeah, she was out of bounds.
She wasn't expecting to get that ball right there either, I don't think. Miles apparently is going to work on his phone. A 3-pointer by Ginther. (31-31). A nice move by Sickles, blocked by Jones, and a travel. That's a good defensive play by Alyssa Zerillo, coming up and just getting in the way enough, not touching her, but just making her change her mind on what she wanted to do for a split second.
And she could see her out of the corner of the eye thinking she was going to hit her.
Yep. Groen checks back in. Looks like they're going man here and having a little bit of difficulty deciding what they're going to do. Oh, Sickles on a cut. She's blocked from behind by Pieper. Blocked again by Pieper. Then they're on the floor fighting for it. Zerillo down there, and they're going to call a timeout. And Coach Akers is less than happy about that. But timeout charged to A-Town, as Coach Akers was not very happy. You can see,
I think that mask has slowed him down just a little bit. Not as vocal tonight.
He is not as vocal, that is for sure. So what do we...
After the timeout, Sydney Emmerich is back in.
That's 2 timeouts left for A-Town, I do believe, right?
Yeah.
BPC playing a pretty good ball game here. 31-31 is the tie, but I tell you what, it really seems like BPC's outplaying A-Town.
I agree with you. When you look at the scoreboard, the big difference, BPC shot a lot more free throws and made a lot more free throws. And A-Town's, they had 3 threes.
That's the difference right there. Threes will get you back. Oh, Pieper's wide open on a skip pass. Oh, nice fake and then drive and spin, and she gets the shot to fall. But, I really feel like she should be dominating this game, and she just doesn't seem to want to take. That's going to be BPC basketball.
You should be.
They're going to call a kick. It was out of bounds anyway, but they called a kick, so it'll be BPC basketball. Oh, nice inlet pass, but Cooper unable to finish, and then it goes through the legs of Pieper, and then Zerillo is there to steal it away. They're going to call a jump ball, be possession of A-Town.
Zerillo is everywhere.
She is all over the place.
She's the type of player you love to have.
Oh, it's going to be BPC basketball. I was going to say I thought it was A-Town basketball. That's the way the official pointed anyway initially. Coach Akers getting a little conversation with the officials on the far side. Kelly's just sitting here shaking his head.
He was talking to Brad Gooding, trying to get one out of him.
Well, there's Ginther with it up top. Left side it goes to Jones. Skipped across to Dickerson, down in the corner to Emmerich. Dickerson, now just throwing it around the top here. 1 minute to go, and a 3 on the way by Ginther is off no good. That's going to be on Pieper. Yep, that's a good call. That's a good call. Team foul number 5 here in the third quarter. McAvoy checking in for Strange. It's kind of funny. We've said Strange's name a lot, but it seems such a quieter game than Zerillo.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But they've both played so well. There's a nice drive by Cooper. Can't finish, though. It's going to be picked up off the floor by Zerillo. Jumper is up and good. And we're knotted back at 33. Third quarter action here. 34 seconds. Where's the points on the seconds? Isn't that supposed to be showing points?
I would, yeah.
That's like a shot clock going down right now, or a timeout clock. Turnover picked up by Cooper. It's going to go to Donaldson. Donaldson has Jones behind her, and then she tried to find Zerillo. Now it's going to go back the other way, and a foul charge to BPC. It might be on Cooper. It is on Cooper.
Cooper picks up the foul. It's her second, team third.
Jones, nice block by Zerillo. Now they're going to put Pieper back in to try and get a basket here.
Yes.
On an inbound.
I thought they'd do it at the 8-second mark.
They're going to go to the 23 here, it looks like. A little 2-3 zone action here to try to, well, no, I guess they're not. And that's going to end the third quarter. That last second took a long time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Tied at 33 with 8 minutes of basketball left. I got to fix the fouls. 5 for A-Town. 2 for BPC. So we're going to take a short break here. I'll show you. I want to thank all the family support folks that have come on board to help us out with this these broadcasts here for BPC Sports. So we'll be right back after this. So that's going to be the end of the timeout. We want to thank the Donaldsons, the Allemans, the Kleindenses, and the Millers for coming on board and helping us out so far this year. Got a lot of more stops to go, and I think this is something that people will enjoy, and hopefully everybody's liking it at home. We'll continue to grow and improve as we go along. Let's see if we've got any more. Special shout out to Ashanti Strange from Chelsea in New Hampshire. Miss you, and you're doing amazing. New Hampshire watching. That's pretty cool, too, isn't it?
We've everywhere.
Sickles is going to get called for a travel.
We got them coming in from everywhere.
We do.
You know,
Pretty
one
neat.
of the things I was thinking about, if I was an opposing coach, I'd be on this game, be scouting, because all the schools are doing it.
Yeah.
So
It's a new way to scout, isn't it?
yes, it is.
7:45 to go in the basketball game. Well, maybe. We're tied. Well, not anymore. Jones is going to get a basket, and that'll put the Tornadoes up by 2. 35-33. Shots off, no good. Rebound to Emmerich. Now to Jones, now to Dickerson. Back to Jones. She's going to try and go over Donaldson. And Donaldson plays good defense, and Jones misses a shot. It's going to go to Cooper, to McAvoy, back to Donaldson. Now to Cooper for 3, left side. It's off, no good. Dickerson with the rebound off the floor. That's a team rebound, right?
Yes.
Dickerson with it from Ginther, and long 3 straight away.
Hit it.
Dead through the bottom of the net for the junior Bailey Dickerson, and it's 38-33, the largest lead of the game, I think, for A-Town. 5 points with 6:40 to go. Cooper now. Oh, nice pass to Strange, and Strange can't finish, but she gets the rebound, and she's going to travel with it as she fell down. Man, what a pass, a bounce pass from Cooper. How many times do you talk about passing and in the lane, and you got a bounce pass, you got a bounce pass. Man, that was a perfect bounce pass.
That was a perfect bounce pass. Just couldn't finish the shot.
2-3 zone, or 1-2-2 zone again for BPC. Ginther for 3, right wing. It's off, no good. Saved by Pieper. Again, shorts.
Yeah. Pieper on the back.
Going to pick up another foul.
Or
Is
4th.
that Kramer down there?
Yeah.
Personal foul number 0, Brooke Pieper. That's her
Good position by Kramer. Excellent position.
That means BPC will be in the bonus.
You know, James has got 4. Dickerson's got 3. Pieper's got 4.
You know, some of that is the fact that he's playing some people, but he's not playing those people that are coming off the bench aren't playing a lot. They're just playing like for spurts to breathe. As Cooper's 3's off, no good. Rebound to number 12, Mackenzie James. Shots off, no good by Ginther. Picked up on the rebound by Jones. Out to James. Now to Jones. Left wing. Down low. It looks to Groman. Groman puts the shot up. Off. No good. Rebound to Cooper. And she's going to be fouled by Ginther. That's team 7th. 7-2 on fouls here in this half. Spartans need to get something going here offensively, though. They haven't scored. They haven't scored this period, or this quarter, have they?
No. They haven't.
So Cooper's looking to change that right here from the free throw line. First one is up and off, no good. Strange with the rebound and the putback. It's off, no good. It's going to go off Groman out of bounds. Possession to BPC. They have just went stone cold from every type of shooting. They can't get anything to fall down low. They can't get a 3 to fall. They can't get a free throw to fall. Still only down by 5. You might have heard Coach Akers say that's why you got to run it right. Ginther knocks it out of bounds. Possession to BPC. Inbounded to Zerillo. On the drive, pull-up jumper from the free throw line's off, no good. That was a good look, though.
Yeah, real good look. Thought it was going to drop.
Dickerson is going to drive down, pull-up jumper from the right wing. That was an air ball. got nothing but net, but it didn't go through the hoop was the problem. And then Kramer can't track it down and has to turn it over. And Ginther's going to run it back the other way. Going to go to Groman. Groman puts up the shot and in. It's 40-33, and maybe the first game jitters and running out of
steam.
Running out of steam a little bit for BPC. And another timeout called with a 7-point lead. They call the timeout, and that's going to be their last. They're going to have one timeout after this. So, that's big, up by 7. But Spartans are getting good looks. If these shots start to fall, this game could turn. Very quickly.
And the free throw situation. You can't forget about the free throw situation.
Yep. Now the downside to that free throw situation though is you're 448, you're down by 7. At some point you're going to start fouling. You're going to have to foul a bunch just to get to where you can get the ball back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you got them to give up. And the other thing is it's going to stop and they got to take it out. So you got that opportunity to get the ball there also.
This was changed to the media timeout. So we are taking a minute 90 here. Well, Kelly, I appreciate you coming and doing these games, whatever games you're going to be able to do with us.
Well, I enjoy it. I just love going to basketball games.
It's really nice when you can be up here and you don't have that pressure of winning the game or whatever, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, when you're down there and there's so many different things that, especially at the lower level, you try to get all the kids in and try to get everybody to play at the lower level. And, that all goes out the door at the varsity level because, very seldom you ever see a freshman or a JV coach getting fired. It's always a varsity coach.
Right, but sometimes the JV and freshman coaches go along with him.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the same thing when I coached baseball. For me, it was always, I'm going to play kids. And everybody's like, well, you got to try to win. I said, no, I got to get kids better so the varsity coach can keep his job.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
It's not about winning at that level, even junior high to me. And their Spartans are up playing full court man defense now. And they're going to call a carry on Ginther and turn over to BPC. Full court man pressure there.
Yeah, and we haven't seen that. Good job by Strange
on a nice down court inlet pass or inbounds pass. And the Spartans close the gap to 5, 40-35. Jump ball, possession to A-Town.
Good thing about that, it'll be BPC's next.
That's right. And Pieper's going to come right back in. She's playing with 4 fouls, is that right?
Yes. She's got 4, and
James has 4.
Piper's got 4.
Or Pieper's got 4?
Yes, Pieper's got 4.
Is she the only one with 4? Or James?
And James.
They finally get it across. Now, a 3 on the right wing, but that's not what you want in this point.
No.
But then a nice steal, and Cooper's going to get the rebound as Ginther had a great steal on a bad outlet pass. But now it's going to go down low to Sickles. Donaldson can't get it. And the referees are going to talk about it here. It's no matter what you saw, that the official that ended up making that call had the better angle. So
yes, he did.
That's who you should, whether you agree or disagree, that's who you should follow. Now it's going to go.
Looks like we're going to have a foul on Zerillo.
It is on number 10, Zerillo.
Be her second.
Team's third. Team's fourth, they're saying. Jake said fourth. Scoreboard says third.
I'll probably go with
that
Jake.
is fourth. Yeah. With this thing kicking them out after every quarter, I just have to go with what the scoreboard says. Ginther has it. 3:55 to go. Dickerson now right wing. Up top of the key to James. Left side to Pieper, left wing. Pieper still with it. And that's a long 5 seconds. Man. He was counting those, so I mean, he was counting. The Jones on the take. That was a good move by the junior Ashley Jones. And if you want to stay zoomed in like that and just follow the ball for me, that would be fantastic. shot by Donaldson's off, no good. Ball's bouncing around. Onto the floor it goes. Picked up by James, and Donaldson's going to pick up the foul, I think, for BPC. It is Donaldson.
Personal foul number 25, Abby Donaldson. That's her third, team fifth.
Her third.
Spartans 23, Lindsay Kramer.
Kramer checking back in for BPC. Dickerson going to take the ball out for the Tornadoes. And
Zerillo.
Coach Akers, you might have heard him say, "Why are you fouling?" Foul is on Zerillo.
Her third, team sixth.
So it is, that puts the Tornadoes in the bonus from here on out. Well, I guess they didn't have that hard of a time getting there. And now breaking the press and an easy layup for A-Town. 44-35, largest lead of the game for the Tornadoes. 3 minutes to go in the contest. They lead by 9. Still, it's been a good game, though, really.
Very good game.
Donaldson's shots up and in. And a timeout, BPC. 30-second timeout. BPC has 2 timeouts left. The Tornadoes have 1. The lead is 7, 44-37.
A lot of time left.
So a lot of time left, as you said. 2:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. 44-37. Spartans trail the A-Town Tornadoes. Both teams are in the bonus. Neither one is really close to the double bonus just yet. Down by 7. Where's your okay? We got to start fouling to get the ball back area. Are you close enough to worry about doing that?
I think you are right now, especially at 7 points. You know, one of the things I saw the A-Town coaches asking if they were going to be able to run the sideline. So they may have against the press, they may have a special play here that they're going to run.
Zoom out with Miles' shot here and see what they do. And they got Pieper wide open, a nice double pick. And then Jones is going to, Donaldson almost steals it from Jones. Jones backs it down. You just need to back that out if you're A-Town. That was, now Dickerson with it. Up to Ginther. Ginther to Dickerson. Why are you taking that 3? If it goes in, it's great, but if you miss it, Donaldson's going to come out with it. Now, that's, boy, as an A-Town coach, I think you'd be like losing your mind over that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Nice feed to Kramer. Counted and a foul. And just like that, BPC can close right back in this ball game. A chance. It is already a 2-possession game, but a pair of 2s if she can make this basket for Kramer. Dickerson's 4th foul, 8th foul for the Commando, or for the Tornadoes. Commando, they rhyme too close together. That's the problem. And a free throw's off, no good. Strange tipped the rebound, but couldn't come down with it. Picking him up, man-to-man, full court. Ginther's going to bring it down the floor as Kramer couldn't keep up with her. Dickerson's going to get it. Left side is going to go to James. James on the dribble now. Going to come, and Kramer almost, it was Cooper almost with the steal. Jones with the shot, and shooting 2. That was either a late foul or an early foul to give her 2 shots.
Or a late whistle.
Yeah. Cooper's going to pick up her 3rd, team 7th. That's free throw line. 44-39 is the score. Chance to make it a 3-possession game here. And the first free throw's off, no good. Of course, it'd take a 2 and a 3 right now, but it's still just a 2-possession game. Mm-hmm. 1 stays 2 possession. Of course, the Spartans, I don't think, in either game have a 3-pointer yet, do they?
No.
So, for all intents and purposes, probably already 3
I take that back. Abby Donaldson had one in the first quarter.
Okay, so the first free throw, or second free throw is good. It makes it 45-39. Ooh. And it throws over the head of Kramer out of bounds. Kramer couldn't get to that one, and it's a turnover to A-Town with 2:01 to go in the basketball game. Double team down in the corner right where you need her to be, and it's going to be tipped away. Donaldson's going to come up with it. Layup coming, and can't get it to fall for the senior. And then Sickles just rips Dickerson to the ground. And it's going to be Ginther pulling it back out with 1:45 to go. A 6-point game, 45-39.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get a travel on her.
Donaldson's going to pick up her 4th foul.
Number 25, Abby Donaldson. That's her 4th. Team 8.
Dickerson at the free throw line to shoot one in bonus.
She hasn't shot a free throw. She's hit 2 threes, though.
Well, maybe this will be too close for her. I don't think so. Well, it is. Pieper gets the rebound and the putback. Back to an 8-point contest. And Coach Akers, I don't know if Hannah was zoomed in on him. I don't know. There's a 3 short, picked up off the floor by Coach Akers over there making some noise as the team goes back down the floor. It's going to be Jones to Dickerson. 1:13 to go. Back across to Jones. Running one-handers off, no good. And I just don't know why you shoot that. I mean, I know you want to score. Cooper's going to go the length of the floor and get the basket. Timeout. Charge to BPC.
You know, you got the ball. You got the lead.
1 minute exactly to go.
Let some air out of it. Let some air out of it.
That's kind of what some of those shots here in the last 3 minutes, you know, is really just giving the Spartans a chance to stay in or get into the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you make them, it's great. But when you don't, you know, it's just you could have held onto the ball and made them foul you or made them do whatever. So it's kind of a, I don't know, difference of philosophy. I know there's kind of like when you're running, when you're running and you slide down at the 1 yard line to run out the clock instead of score, right?
Yeah, you know, as long as you're winning. But, you know, the big thing is it's still a 2-possession ball game right now.
Yep, it is, by definition. 2 threes tie it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if they're able to get anything done with it here. The Spartans trail by 6, 47-41.
Going to pick them up full court.
And they have 1 timeout remaining to the Spartans. And a baseball pass, and again, Ginther now that's a silly foul. Ginther makes the basket, and Jevany Sickles is going to pick up the foul. Team 9, so it'll be double bonus the rest of the way. Free throw is off, no good. Sickles with the rebound. Having this coach get back on defense. Zerillo along 2. Tracks it back down, gets her own rebound, gives it back to Donaldson. Donaldson wanted the 3, didn't take it. Zerillo will take a 2. Foot was on the line. Rebounded to Pieper. Now it's going to go down to James, and Zerillo is going to go in pretty hard, knock the ball away. She'll get the foul. That'll be team foul number 10. That'll be double bonus the rest of the way for the Tornadoes. 4th foul for Zerillo, and at the free throw line will be number 12, Mackenzie James, who's played a long time with 4 fouls. First free throw's good.
Her first points for the night. Whoa.
50-41. Pieper just fall.
Yeah. She's smiling.
Second free throw is good. Talk about a shooter's touch on that one. 50-41.
Got to throw up some
41,
threes.
excuse me. Donaldson, a running one-hander, is no good, but she's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Ginther. BPC has 10 fouls. Tornadoes have 9 fouls.
We got a lot of fouls, but nobody's fouled out.
Free throw by Donaldson is good. 51-42. One more timeout with 30 seconds remaining here. Second free throw's off, no good. Pieper with the rebound. Dickerson with it. Left side it goes to Ginther. Pieper with it still. Out to James. It's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Dickerson. Possession to BPC with 11 seconds remaining. Boy, that just can't get used to not having to point seconds up there.
Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that.
It didn't do that in the JV game, did it?
No.
Donaldson with a left-handed layup attempt, off no good, and that'll be the end of the game. Final score, 51-42. A-Town gets the win over BPC.
Unofficially, the leading scorers for tonight's contest, Commercial Prairie City and
So we let Coach Akers is going to find his way up here in just a few minutes, I think. We'll test our wireless microphone and see if it works or not in just a few minutes. We've got it plugged into channel 3. And he hasn't been, Coach Akers hasn't been on the radio or hasn't done an interview, live or otherwise, as far as with media like this, since around 2000 we were discussing. And that was during a lightning delay at Yorkwood High School for a football game. Coach Akers was up in a tower with us, riding out the storm, and I decided we'd put him on air because we were on the air already. We were third quarter or something like that. He reminds me regularly that I got him in. He says, I don't get in trouble, but he goes, I got ridiculed when I got home, and it was Dwayne's fault, because I asked him where his son Joe was going to play football, and he said he wasn't good enough to play, so he was going to the military, and people just did not like that. So he has not done an interview with me since then. Hey, Hannah, can you follow some people doing some cleaning here or something while we're getting ready to do an interview with Coach or Mr. Zarillo up there helping clean up tonight? He was the member of the staff that kind of helped do stuff today. We're just getting ready to close things down here. Mr. Zeringer, the AD. There's Mr. Butcher. We need to get Mr. Butcher on here and have a little conversation with Jerry Butcher, the new principal at BPC High School, and I guess technically the junior high as well. Get everybody taken care of, and Coach Akers had to point out that he was going to have to take a pretty long walk to get to the quote-unquote locker room and then to get back to the table here. So one time I want to show you the family support sponsors for tonight's game. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, well, it looks like we're back. Kelly's got some stats or some numbers set up here, so let's see what we got.
Okay, Alyssa Zerlo had 10 points on the night. Then we come down to Giovanni Sickles. She ended up with 3 points in all 3 free throws. Chloe Cooper ended up with 7. Maisie Kramer had 4. Abby Donaldson, 6. And Asante Strange ended up with 13 points, leading scorer on the night. And for A-Town, Tornadoes.
You got it right. At least one of us did.
Emma Ginther had 9. Bailey Dickerson, 7. Mackenzie James, 2. Ashley Jones, 11. McKay Groman had 4. Sydney Emmerich, 2. And Brooke Pieper ended up with 16 on the night.
Well, Ashanti's Uncle Wes, apparently living in California, was watching the game tonight. So it was cool saying it had a good broadcast tonight. So we want to thank everybody that was watching all night long. Some of this pregame stuff and postgame stuff will morph into something a little different, maybe a little better as we move along and get stuff figured out. But overall, I think the video sounds like it was pretty good. Got the scoreboard to work in a second game. Works better when you start it. Ah, well, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
Hey, though, for all the fans out there, especially the people that are out of state, that are getting to pick up the games and watch their relatives and their friends play, this is really something that I think you can look at it. You can look at it two different ways. One way is that this is what we're doing now because we have to do it that way.
Right.
But if we were doing it and the fans were here, would we be taking fans out of the seats?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, you know, small town, I agree with you. Maybe just bigger towns. But, you know, that's like kind of like going to a 3A, 4A state tournament.
Yeah.
You know, fan-wise, there's still nobody there. But, you know, I think it's a great thing. People are getting to watch, and people are getting to see the kids play, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep getting improving the broadcast and everything that we've got going on so far, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching. We'll stay here a couple minutes and see if Coach Akers is able to find his way back. I know he said he had to walk through the tunnel, up through the boys' locker room, into another room. Mr. Norton, thanks for coming. Dave Norton with the Donna Democrat. Does all the photos. I need to get with him and maybe have him get me some photos so we can do some more stuff for some of our players on a starting kind of deal or whatever as we move along and improve and build on what we're doing here.
Now, I know this is different in every situation of every school, but how many games is BPC going to be playing?
About 10.
10?
I think there's 5 road and 5 home.
Okay, because, you know, I've seen some schedules where 14, 15, 16 games. Everybody's totally different. And a lot of it's dependent on if you can get to games.
Right.
And if some of the games have been canceled already because of COVID and so forth and the weather.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we'll maybe let Tony off the hook tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's probably eating pizza somewhere now.
He may not be. He'll probably come out about the time we go off the air. But I want to thank everybody for joining us for our first contest of TSSR Game Time Live. It's been a lot of fun, a learning curve, to say the least, but hopefully everybody at home enjoyed it. It's so awesome to see all the comments in this varsity game from New Hampshire and California and Florida and all over the place. It's just super cool to see that. Love watching it. We'd love to you guys comment on this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get all the games as we move along here. We'll be back on tomorrow night. I can't get Kelly to come back tomorrow night, but we'll be back tomorrow night with junior high volleyball here in the high school gym. So thanks for joining us tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at TSSR Game Time Live. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you again very soon, back tomorrow night. Till then, see ya.